Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Alright, old babes, Erika Jayne was right to leave Tom Girardi to rot despite friends' opinions. Erika Jayne has never been one to sugarcoat anything, whether she's tossing one-liners in full glam or dodging lawsuits in Louboutins. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star has made one thing clear: she's going to do what's best for Erika. And when it came to Tom Girardi, she left him in the dust. Now, some of her so-called friends aren't loving her icy approach. But let's be real, can you really blame her? After years of suffering, I think it's time for Erika to be able to live again. If you thought the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills drama peaked with Pantygate or Dorrit Kemsley smoking a cigarette, think again. Erika's decision to distance herself from the disgraced former attorney has divided fans and friends alike. While some applaud her for cutting ties, others, especially within her own inner circle, are raising their perfectly arched brows. Some close to Tom are allegedly enraged that Erika left him during his time of need. According to radar sources, the second that things started unraveling, Erika ran for cover and left him to rot. She ditched him the moment the money ran dry. Even though Erika has been dismissed due to the judge ruling that the Pretty Mess singer had no actual knowledge of Tom's wrongdoings, she is still being sued. Tom's bankruptcy trustee is still going forward with the lawsuit against her. The trustee is suing Erika for $24 million and is alleging that she used the embezzled money for personal reasons. The insider shared that Tom's friends are looking forward to seeing Erika squirm in the hot seat. One added, "They don't buy her Miss Innocent act and think she ought to face some justice too. They haven't forgotten how she bailed on Tom the moment it suited her, and they're furious." Now for the million-dollar question: are Erika and Tom actually divorced? As of 2025, the answer is still no. Despite filing for divorce back in November 2020, just weeks before Tom's legal empire came crashing down, the divorce has not yet been finalized. And the reason? It's complicated. Think less, amicable split, and more, financial and legal hellscape. In 2024, Erika told Entertainment Tonight that being divorced is the least of my concerns. Erika also told Hot Mic podcast in mid-November 2024, "The great thing about Tom when I was married to him was he did want me to succeed. Now, is he egotistical and narcissistic, and obviously went down in flames, and the ending was terrible and heartbreaking? Yes. It's easy to assume that Tom's ongoing conservatorship has slowed down the divorce proceedings, the bankruptcy cases tied to his law firm Girardi Keys, and a mountain of lawsuits. There's also the awkward fact that Erika might still be on the hook for some of Tom's financial mess, depending on how the court sorts it all out. Could it also be that there is no money to fight over, which is both tragic and ironic, coming from someone who once bragged about spending $40,000 a month on glam? But while the diamonds may be leased and the private planes grounded, Erika's determination to legally separate herself from Tom hasn't changed. But here's the thing: Tom isn't just some confused old man. He's the man at the center of one of the biggest legal scandals in recent history. He was accused of stealing millions from plane crash victims, burn victims, and orphans. Erika has always maintained she knew nothing, but whether you believe her or not, the facts about Tom's dealings are damning. So when Erika implies with her attitude that he can rot, she's not just talking about a bitter ex. She's sending a message to a man who allegedly ruined lives. Let's also not forget that while Erika was being dragged through the mud, losing work, facing lawsuits, and getting grilled in every interview, Tom was quietly tucked away in a care facility. The public dragged her name through the tabloids while he conveniently disappeared from view. So yeah, maybe a little bitterness is justified. The lack of a finalized divorce also adds another layer of drama to her RHOBA storyline. Viewers have watched Erika shift from defensive to cold and calculated. She's not just emotionally over it, she's done. And if that means leaving Tom to deteriorate in a facility while she rebuilds her life one hair extension at a time, so be it. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is available to stream on Peacock and Hulu in the UK and Ireland. When Erika Jayne tossed her diamond-encrusted stilettos over her shoulder and left her decades-older husband, Tom Girardi, behind, Bravo audiences gasped. It wasn't just the divorce announcement that made headlines, it was the timing. Just as lawsuits and allegations of fraud were flooding in against the once revered attorney, Erika distanced herself faster than a champagne flute in a Housewives reunion meltdown. The critics came in hot, questioning whether her departure was strategic, callous, or even complicit. But here's the thing. Erika Jayne was right to leave Tom Girardi. Let the man rot. Let's call it what it is. Tom Girardi wasn't just an old-school legal legend. He was the architect of one of the most devastating betrayals of trust in recent memory. This wasn't some messy divorce over infidelity or irreconcilable differences. This was about stolen justice. Funds allegedly misappropriated from widows, burn victims, plane crash survivors. People who had nothing but hope, and who trusted Tom to deliver on promises of restitution. Instead, they were handed lies, while Erika and Tom lived in the lap of Beverly Hills opulence. And yet, when Erika made her escape, a chorus of skepticism rose around her. Her Real Housewives of Beverly Hills castmates raised eyebrows. Fans turned on her with hashtags. Longtime friends whispered behind designer sunglasses. Why didn't she leave sooner? Was she trying to protect her assets? Did she know more than she let on? But here's what those friends and critics miss. Sometimes you wake up and realize the person beside you in bed is a monster. Not in a metaphorical, he didn't take the trash out again kind of way. A real monster. A manipulator. A fraud. A man who put greed above lives. And when that happens, you don't gently walk away, you run. Erika didn't owe him loyalty. He had already broken every imaginable moral code. This was not a man who tripped into financial trouble. He orchestrated it. He weaponized his charm and status. And while it's fair to debate what Erika knew and when she knew it, there's no doubt that staying beside him would have done nothing but burn her further. She didn't owe him grace. She didn't owe him silence. She owed herself survival. Let's get real. We love to see women rise, but we often love to punish them for it even more. Especially when they're loud, glamorous, unapologetic. Erika Jayne, the persona, has always been defiant, icy, unbothered. But behind the latex catsuits and Billboard charting singles is a woman who was sold a fantasy by a man who turned out to be a nightmare. And when that fantasy cracked, she was forced to make a decision, sink with the ship or swim for her life. She chose to swim. And yes, it looked cold. Yes, it looked calculating. But women aren't afforded the luxury of gentle exits when their lives are exploding, especially not women in the public eye, and especially not women who built their brands on bravado. Erika's escape wasn't about optics. It was about reclaiming autonomy from a man who had stolen not just from clients but arguably from her life too. Let's talk about her friends, Garcelle, Sutton, Kyle, the Greek chorus of confessionals. They questioned her. Some gently, others not so much. And they had the right to, because what was unfolding around Erika was unprecedented. But many of those same women stayed suspicious while failing to grasp the emotional and psychological whiplash of realizing your marriage was a lie. Erika didn't just leave a man, she left an entire world, a lifestyle, a legal empire, a legacy built on deceit. And while critics claim she stayed too long or played dumb, the truth is murkier than that. Abuse and manipulation rarely look like bruises. Often, they look like dinners at Spago and Bentleys in the driveway. But just because a cage is gilded doesn't make it any less of a prison. And if there's one thing Erika Jayne knows how to do, it's escape a trap in heels. Letting Tom rot isn't about cruelty. It's about accountability. It's about consequences. He had decades to build a life of prestige and power. He used it to exploit the vulnerable. Now he faces the weight of that reality. Erika walking away doesn't accelerate his downfall. It simply makes clear she refuses to be collateral damage. Critics argued she could have shown more compassion, more transparency. But what does compassion look like when the man at the center of your life has allegedly stolen millions from people already suffering? What does transparency look like when your every move is dissected by tabloids and lawyers alike? Erika's no angel. She's brash, performative, and rarely humble. But that doesn't make her wrong. That makes her human. And humans make impossible choices when their worlds collapse. Choosing herself wasn't selfish, it was sane.